Hey, what's going on? Adrian here with bestformyfeet.com. I hope you're doing alright. Welcome to this Wolverine Overpass work boots review, in which we're gonna have a look at everything that has to do with these work boots, my experience with them. Are they comfortable? They're not comfortable. Are they waterproof or they leak? And everything that has to do with these boots. So let's get into it. But first, let's start with the unboxing. Let me remind you before I forget that there's a link in the description that's going to take you to this article, which is basically the written version of this Wolverine Overpass review. It's a little bit more in-depth and there's a little bit more updated than the video. So in case I miss something here, check out the article. You might find what you need in there. I have to admit that I never had Wolverine work boots before, so this is my first pair of Wolverine work boots, and I'm really keen to wear them because I've heard a lot of good things, especially about this particular model. And as you can see, as soon as you open it and you take it out from the box, it looks amazing. My first impression of this boot is wow, I like it. It's really nice, and you see it has all sorts of materials, not only on the outsole but on the upper as well. It's made of a mixture of leather and I don't know what kind of synthetic material that is. I'll ask Wolverine about it and see if they answer. But the boot is very light. It's a bit bulky if you ask me, and if I compare it to my previous work boot, the Caterpillar Outline, which I'll leave the link in the description to the review, or maybe a card up here somewhere. You see it comes with gusseted tongue. I've never seen a gusseted tongue so high in a work boot, and it's actually, when you stick your feet in the boot, it looks like a slip-on boot actually. This is a safety toe work boot, and that means it's going to keep your toes safe if anything drops on your toes. Also, Wolverine claims this boot to be waterproof, and we're gonna test that. I mean, you'll see the test that I've done in just a second. On the outsole, you have a dual compound rubber and polyurethane outsole that helps to stick to the ground. I've done a few tests there as well, and I'll share with you the results in just a second. And this is the Wolverine's famous contour welt feature, which simply adds a little bit of flexibility to your boot, especially if you work maybe as an electrician, maybe mechanic, maybe you lay paving a lot, you know, whatever job that involves crawling and bending a lot, that's going to be very helpful for you. This is not only more comfortable, but is going to allow to expand the lifespan of the outsole, specifically because it's going to be more flexible at specific points, whereas boots with that don't have this feature, they usually split or crack on these bending points. Another great feature on these boots is that they have a removable insole. Usually you don't get this with boots, but not only they have a removable insole, but you have a great Ortholite insole in here with a nice heel cup and arch support as well. This is one of the reasons these boots are so comfortable right from the get-go. You see you have some cushion as well in the heel and at the forefoot. And personally, I change the insoles of the boot as soon as it comes to my door. I always have some insoles at home. I'll leave some links in the description to some of the insoles that I use. But the one that comes with this boot, honestly, it's perfect for the first few months. So if you don't want to spend some money there, just use this one until it gets, you know, uncomfortable, and then you can change it. Is the Wolverine Overpass waterproof? Yes, I did a couple of tests, one at home and one at work. And I can tell you that the boot is waterproof. So at home, I've just filled up a bucket with water, and I've put the boots at different depths, if you want, in water. First, I just put it, you know, what you will have in a normal job, just a little bit of water from the rain or whatever. And I left the boots in each one of the positions for about half an hour in each position. Now I've decided to put the boot even deeper. Now it's maybe 4 inches deep in water. Maybe if you're a plumber, you work in an emergency or whatever, you have to work in in deep puddles of water. Well, it lasted very well as well, as you will see in just a second. I'll take the insoles out. If you pay attention to the leather, you'll see where the boot is dry and where the leather is wet. That's the highest point where the water reached. Personally, I don't find myself in this kind of situations where the water is going to reach to my ankle almost. But if that's your case, then at least you'll know that this boot can hold for a little bit at least. The test only lasted an hour and a half in total. So there you go, you see the insoles are all dry. Same situation at work. I walked with my boots through some deep puddles of water, and although I couldn't stay there for 1 hour, I was at work. After 5 or 10 minutes, a little bit less than 10 minutes, the boots were still basically dry. I've used these work boots on different surfaces such as concrete, polished concrete, grass, walking on gravel or soil or stones, whatever, and they hold pretty well. They're very stable. The only surfaces that I didn't feel like the boot performs very well is shiny floors such as this linoleum floor. When it's dry, it's perfect, no problem, but when it gets a little bit wet, you see the boot slides a little bit, and if you don't pay attention, you might find yourself on the floor. Overall, this is a great work boot. I'm very happy with my Wolverine Overpass work boots so far. I've been wearing them for a few months. That's why I recommend you to check out the article. Remember, the link is in the description, because I will update you maybe 6 months, 12 months, 16 months and so forth, until the boot just breaks. So depending on when you watch this video, you might find that information very helpful. I really don't have complaints about my boot so far. One thing you might want to know and keep in mind is that the boot, it's quite roomy. There's a lot of space in the boot, so it might run a little bit big or wide. It feels like you're walking in a Wellington boot. If there's anything that you want to know about these Wolverine work boots, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure I've missed something, or just for the sake of keeping the video short, I didn't mention it. And if there's anything that I didn't mention, again, comment below and I'll make sure to answer your query as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. I hope this review was helpful. I'm Adrian from bestformyfeet.com. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.